This video is made possible by the following mad lads. All their awesome gear they supply to me can be checked out in the description below. Hey guys, my shoulders have recovered from the Nürburgring 24 hours, so let's destroy them again in Assetto Corsa boy here. And welcome back to Assetto Corsa for another video. The other day, my channel hit 250,000 subscribers. That's 250,000 people who are subscribed to a man who plays fake racing car games in his shed. Honestly though, I don't really know what to say. It's a crazy number, it really is, and I'm just thankful you guys are still interested in my content. So thank you all for being along for the journey. Now, I said in my Discord around about the time I hit 200,000 subscribers that if I ever got to 250k, I would drive the Red Bull X2010 at Targa Florio. So guess what we're doing today? For those unfamiliar with the car, this is the Red Bull X2010 concept from Gran Turismo 5. As you can see, it's a bit of a weapon. Crazy aero, doesn't weigh anything, weighs just over 600 kilograms, 1,500 horsepower. And to top it all off, this is a fan car, meaning that we have unbelievable grip at pretty much any speed. It's kind of the reason why it's only a concept and not a real car. This thing will probably break your neck. And the track is Targa Florio, a circuit that I said was probably one of the most difficult tracks in sim racing, if not certainly one of the longest. This track took me about 45 minutes to lap in a 911 Carrera RSR, so I have no idea how long it's going to take in this thing. So I guess it's time to see how fast the Red Bull X2010 can lap Targa Florio. Serious sim racing content only on this channel. Right then, so here we are in the pit lane on board the mighty Red Bull X2010. Now, as you can see, we are using the same version of Targa Florio that I used in my last Targa Florio video. I do know there's a better version out there, and I do actually have it downloaded, but unfortunately I was having some frame rate issues, and I'd rather have the video be smooth, so we're using this more basic version for now. Now, what you're going to be seeing is my first and only attempt at taking on Targa Florio in the Red Bull X2010. I figured it'd be a lot more fun for you guys to watch me struggle around with no practice, and also practicing around here is rather difficult given just the length of this circuit. But anyway, I should get underway given this is going to take us a while, and if you forgot about the speed of this thing, let me remind you. So damn fast, and already there's the start finish line, and away we go, starting our lap here then at Targa Florio in the 1,500 brake horsepower, 600 kilogram fan car that is the Red Bull X2010. And I can tell you already now, there are going to be mistakes. I am going to hit the wall. I'm probably going to go off the circuit a couple of times, but my goal is to try and get round here reasonably quick with as few mistakes as possible, and trying not to go out of bounds. As I say that, of course I hit the wall, which is just classic Jimmy timing, and try and read the road as best I can. Now, as with the last video, I kind of know where I'm going in this first section, because I've driven this section quite a few times, because I keep making mistakes in, well, I kept making mistakes in previous attempts at driving this track back in the 2015-2016. But aside from that, I'm not really sure where I'm going. I've got to try and read the road whilst going along in this rocket ship. I know there's a left here somewhere, because it's a very annoying left. There it is. Watch out for the barrier on the right. That came in very quickly. And just try and be as neat and tidy as possible, because every input in this thing, you have to make it very quickly, because the distance you're covering and the time it takes to make an input is vastly increased over a normal car, especially over that 911 Carrera RS that we drove before in the last video. So trying to be easy enough through here. I know a couple of markers along the way as well, to kind of given how far along we are in the lap. And the time you're seeing on the wheel right now is not correct because of how outlaps work in the Assetto Corsa, so I will put the real time on the start finish line when we cross it. I'll just take it from the video recording, but yeah, I'm not really sure how fast this is going to go. Anyway, through the first town, or okay, the first blocks of stone, of course, these aren't really modelled very well. Easy through here. Oh, that's tighter than I thought it was. All good, all well and good. So I guess now to the reason why I'm doing this absolutely insane challenge. That's because my channel, as I said in the introduction, has reached 250,000 subscribers. Only meant to be a joke this. I never really expect to get to the milestones that I do. So when I do, I'm then left with this crazy challenge or crazy idea that I said I would do if I'd get there. And this is one of them, the 250k challenge, driving the X2010 at a circuit that is designed for cars much slower than this. Well, it's not even a circuit, it's public roads. And was banned from competition for being too dangerous, he says as he goes off and gets stuck. Austin Powers style? No? Okay. All good. I just did one of the things you shouldn't do in VR, which is to reverse, because that really messes up my body. I don't know about you guys, but reversing in VR makes my stomach just turn, and that was no exception. That wasn't a very nice experience. Anyway, let's try not to focus on that too much. I don't want to focus on the feeling of being ill. I want to focus on trying to go as quick as I can in this rocket ship. But yeah, what can I say? 250,000 subscribers on this channel now, and still growing. No, I'm going to try and not do the pyrocynical thing. Yeah, I am lost for words when it comes to that, because sim racing is a niche within a niche, you know, and to have that many people who are following the channel and interested in that tiny niche, watching a driver who admittedly is far from the best out there. I put myself you know, above average, but definitely nowhere near the pro guys, and to have people come back and watch the videos I make time and time again, seeing the same names in the comments and the streams is an incredibly rewarding experience. I can't tell you how much it is, because it makes me feel like I've built a community around the channel, which is one of the big goals I always had from YouTube, was to meet and talk to as many unique and different people as possible, and I have succeeded in that goal in my eyes, so it makes me very happy to see that progress. And of course, it comes, well, we actually hit 250k just before the Nürburgring 24 hours, which was another, oh wow, which was a record-breaking stream for me, and I think for sim racing in general. I mean, we had, as I just go exploring there in the Rallycross X810, we had a peak concurrent viewership at the end, and this smashed the previous record by 2,000, of 9,175 people tuned in to watch me cross the line in the Nürburgring 24 hours to take, I think it was 4th place in the end we came home with, which is just crazy as I do my best to go into another barrier there. I genuinely remember the happiness that I felt when I first went over 20 concurrent viewers on Twitch. I was driving in a Rutgers Kev Invitational race, which I actually won. I don't really win many races, but I won that. And I remember hitting 20 viewers. I was there dressed in a shirt and tie. You can probably still find the video on the channel somewhere, actually. It's I'm pretty sure I put it over to YouTube. It's terrible quality because I was streaming at something like 800 bitrate. For context, I stream at 8,000 bitrate on YouTube now. But yeah, I remember how happy I felt for that, and then to go from 20 to, you know, nearly or getting near 10,000 concurrent viewers is something that I would never ever dream of when I started this. Started taking this seriously back in late 2016. I know this video, as I've already hit another wall, is kind of turning into a rambly podcast type thing, but I find that's kind of what happens here at Targa. It's one of those circuits. There isn't really much to do apart from focus on the track, so I try and talk about things that have been on my mind or that are on my mind as I go around, and I think you guys seem to enjoy that somewhat, so I think it's a decent enough formula. I always say that I never really intended to get this far. I always thought that 10,000 would be the furthest I'd get and I'd be happy with that, but here I am, you know, a couple of years later in a wholly different position, and it's quite difficult to think of where do I go from here. I mean, my goal is just to continue doing what I'm doing and continue enjoying it. Very much hoping to be out of this shed very soon. Looking to buy a house soon, you know, which is a crazy thing to think about, especially given where I was a couple of years ago, being very depressed in a quite far into an overdraft as I just failed the hairpin altogether. And now I'm in a position where I can, you know, afford to put a deposit down on a house. It's crazy, really, and yeah, it would never have happened without you guys and your support. As I'm just bumper carring up here now, aren't I? This is me trying to go quick. I'm trying not to get wedged again. Getting wedged slows you down. Bouncing off barriers isn't too bad, but you can forgive me for that because I don't really know where the hell I'm going. But yeah, as to where to go from here, you know, I do have a couple of really cool things coming up a bit later on. Even later this month, I should hopefully be doing something incredibly cool. I don't want to say what it is in case for whatever reason it falls through and people then start asking, why don't you do this? But if it does come off, it is race car related. So that could be awesome. We'll see what happens there, but hopefully I can bring you some great content regarding that, and similar opportunities as well presenting themselves. I mean, the other day I bought a helmet for myself, an actual real-life racing helmet, because I've got a few opportunities to go and do that now. Oh god. So I thought I better buy myself a helmet. Of course, extra large helmet for my melon head. But for the motorsport fan in me, for the die-hard enthusiast, buying my own racing helmet, you can see me smiling now. It really was a... Oh, I got a little tear in my eye. It really was very special to actually get to do that. But oh my god, this is going to be my helmet that I go racing with or go driving fast cars with. How cool is that? MX-5 is going to be back very soon. And oh god, as I go into there, I've actually got a couple of tears in my eyes now, so I can't see as well. MX-5 is going to be back very soon. Oof. And yeah, hoping to make some content with that. My 350 horsepower track day weapon MX-5, which I'll probably crash in the first outing, knowing me. That's going to be a lot of fun. As I try and just find my way through here. That was completely blind, zero chance. I'm impressed I've not gone through the map yet. I've had some hard hits. Come on, go. There you go. Okay, good. So yeah, hopefully a lot more real life content, because you guys seem to really enjoy that. I didn't feel very good about the Mondello video when I made it, because I felt like it was just a... Stop hitting walls, Jimmy. I felt like it was very poorly put together. I'm not sure that's true or not, because, you know, my mind isn't the most reliable most of the time. But I think it's just... I'm just reflecting what it felt like to record it. It felt quite rushed and quite bodged, and I wasn't really prepared for it. I think it came out okay, but the thing is, I'm still learning that process of recording stuff in real life, because in Sim, of course, it's kind of simple. I just set up OBS, game capture, audio capture, balance it out, get the VR mirror on, and away I go. We're recording. And you get one perspective. I've not got to worry about moving cameras around or stuff like that. Crunch! Stop crunching, Jimmy. And it kind of works out okay. It's not quite the same for the real life stuff. There's a few more variables to take into account, and I'm still getting the hang of that. Hopefully I'll get better at it, and of course with more real life opportunities I will get better at it, hopefully. So that is always an upside. Where are we now? It's so easy to get kind of lost. Now I think we're kind of in the middle of a track right now. I remember a lot of it's looking rather samey through the middle here, so it's all about just trying to spot the corners far away. It's a lot easier in virtual reality, and usually I'll do this on a single monitor, because it's wearing VR on your face is like wearing a box full of heat, essentially. You just end up really sweaty afterwards, even though you're not really doing much, because it's just, yeah, just a warm face. But it does help spy things a bit further afield that you might not see on a single screen. You kind of crane your head and look over there. Okay, now I've got like a bit of a section down here where I can see where the road is going. Oh, Jesus, I didn't see that though, did I? I spoke a bit too soon. Have I Austin Powers it? Oh, I bloody have as well. I've got to try and spin this thing around now. Perfect! I only just had enough space to do that. I'm really actually scared if I do that and I spin round and don't catch where I came from, I might end up going the wrong way. I'm not sure if there's a wrong way warning on this circuit or not. With the longer circuits in AC, it really confuses the game. You can see what, you know, the car was, if you go back to the start of the video, you can see the car was kind of bouncing on the spot. The bigger the map, the further from, I think, the center point of the map, the more the car doesn't like it, and that was a really good example of it. Easy peasy, especially with Targa being just so feckin' long. It's a long boy. Okay, so let's try and pick our way through this section here. I'm just trying to, again, look as far into the distance as I can. It doesn't always help, of course. There's quite a lot of blind corners here at Targa. I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like doing this in real life. Well, firstly, driving this car will just break you, I think. You probably need like a G-suit for this. Honestly, for the fast corners, I think you need one. You know, the suits that the fighter pilots wear that pump the blood around your body, or help compress parts of your body anyway. Oh my word! For the slow stuff, it's not so bad, but yeah, for the fast stuff, I can really just take an effect on you. And also, like, the knowledge you'd need to have to do this would be absolutely insane. I know I've mentioned him before, but I'll mention him again. My good friend, my good friend John Batcho, who has his own YouTube channel, where he just puts bits and bobs up on. He he spent about a year learning this circuit, and he drives around there occasionally, and his knowledge of the track is just a lot better than mine, as you're seeing. And I'll probably link him again in the description. You should definitely check him out. Really cool to see that kind of knowledge, and that's what I like about sim racing. It allows you to do these things. It allows you to take a circuit which hasn't been raced properly since, you know, the 70s, and learn it in a race car. You can do that in real life, and I know, yeah, it's not the same. You don't get the smells, you don't get the most of the excitement. You know, the G-forces aren't there, but the skill is very similar. That was a bad time to say that, wasn't it? What is it in me and just timing my crashes to perfection? My word. I think there's it's a bug in the game, obviously, or something like that. You silly bastard, Jimmy. Fucking hell. Right, okay, come on, let's get through this. I wanna the tight and twisty stuff does not suit the X2010. Now, it is a fan car. I don't think I've gone over that. The fan car, some designs have the fan being powered by the combustion engine or a separate motor to spin the fan up. But basically what it does is it sucks the car to the ground, even for the low speed stuff. It's not dictated by downforce. Downforce in a modern car or a normal downforce car is basically the faster you go, the more downforce you have. But of course, in the slow speed corners, you aren't going very fast, so not much air is going over the top of the car. So you aren't getting the downforce you get at, say, 150 mile an hour. This thing gives you that in the corners, so you can go through corners like that at 200 Ks, and it's fine. And I think the place which demonstrated it the most for me was going through the carousel at the Nordschleife. You don't go through the actual carousel, you go around it, but you can carry like 200 Ks around the outside of the carousel and go through it incredibly quickly. That's kind of where this car gets the majority of its speed! Landing your wheels. Oh my god, we made it. If we had gone onto our roof, then it would have reset us to the pits. I would have had to start again. Fan car didn't do enough sucking that time. Maybe we launched off and didn't really do much there. No, that didn't feel very nice in the stomach either. Christ. My body. The thing is, when that happens, your body's going, right, Jimmy, this is it. This is the end. And then your brain's like, oh no, wait, no, it's video game, mate. And then your body's like, oh yeah, so it is. And then, but the feeling of is still there afterwards. I mean, luckily I've kind of got my VR legs. I've been doing this for a while now, but that would have probably made me throw up towards the start. Right, so the second marker I'm looking for now to kind of know where I am is another town. At that point, we're about, I think, about 2/3 of the way through the lap. So we're just looking out for that right now. When we're there, we'll kind of know whereabouts we are. Right now, I need to really focus on a lot of blind corners coming up here. Easy. There you go. Very good. Oh, jeez. But I got to say as well, just to go back to the Nordschleife race, it was really nice, the Nürburgring race. Oh, that's second town. Okay, cool. So we're getting near it. It was really nice to drive a car competitively that wasn't the Audi. I love the Audi, don't get me wrong. But variety is a spice of life and all that. And even though the GT3s in iRacing are questionable, the iRacing tire model needs to be improved still a lot. The cars just slip too much, and when they slip, there is zero return. It was still a lot of fun to try something different and drive something different, learn that car's characteristics, you know. I love downforce, he says, whilst driving the car, probably the most downforce in any sim. But, you know, it's kind of nice to feel a car move underneath you and go, oh, you know, that subtle tyre movements, it's really cool to pick up on that sometimes. And, yeah, it was nice to drive it. Maybe I'll do some more stuff like that in the future, we'll see. Anyway, let's focus on this now. So this, from memory, is a bit more of an open section, so we'll see. I know I can see a lot here. I'm really relying on how far I can see into the distance, to how fast I can go over this section. Now again, to keep in mind speeds, the speeds on the speedometer there, just above the wheel, that's in kilometers an hour, as you probably guessed by now. So 320, is 200 mile per hour. So 320 k's on that speedometer is 200 mile per hour, and you see just how quick we get towards it through there. If you're ever wondering, man, this looks a little bit pedestrian, it's not. It shows you how well this thing corners as well. Yeah, again, this car isn't really isn't really real. I think it got to every stage before actually being made, I think, for GT. I'd love to see it made and someone try and drive it, but as I said before, I think it would require a little bit of work to get someone actually in it, driving it. All right, through this section here. I'm trying not to hit the barrier too many more times. I did say I want to try and get through this as quick as I can. There's 200 miles per hour, and there's the barrier. As I say, I don't want to hit the barrier anymore. I want to try and get a decent representative time for this thing around here. I know if someone did this, actually I'd love to see that. If someone could get round here properly in the X2010, you know, just a perfect run, that would be insane. That would be like TAS levels of driving. I don't think anyone could do that really, not properly anyway. There's always time in the table with this car, that's the thing. Even this thing, I lapped the Nürburgring in it, also the Nordschleife for the Northern Loop. I lapped that in 3 minutes 53 seconds in this car, which is an insane time. The average road car will do it in about 8 minutes, you know. An average race car will do it in about 6.5. And this goes 2 minutes quicker than that. That's how fast this thing is. And as a result, your brain struggles to keep up. You can, through here, I'm speaking a bit less because I'm trying to place the car a bit better and trying to guess how these corners are going to go. Oh, there you go, there you go. Stuck in between gears. Now I know soon, as I hit a big old barrier there, I know soon we've got a pretty decent sized straight coming up, so we can really stretch the legs in this thing and see what this 1500 horsepower beast is capable of. So coming through the town now, there you go. Now I know it goes left here because I crashed here before. I don't know where it goes after this though, so I'm going to be nice and careful. Okay, being careful actually paid off for a change. That's going to be a tight corner. The thing just stops. It's crazy. So I'm looking over to the right. Can I see the straight? No, too late. I think the straight is coming up. I really do. So yeah, I remember seeing. See, there it is. You can see it up in the distance there. So easy through this section. Okay. Oh man, I always forget to look for the barriers. I nearly went off there. Ah, damn it. But anyway, here we are, long straight. Let's see what this thing can do then. So there is 400 kilometers an hour. How much further are we going to go? Really revving the tits off it. Maybe it was quicker. Yeah, it's quicker in 6th gear. Top of the rev range. Engine screaming. I don't dare shift up. No, it loses speed. It loses the RPM. So about 460 kilometers an hour there. Down the back straight as we go flying past someone's house. Imagine seeing this thing go by at this speed. Slow it down, Jimmy. My word. That is I don't know what that is in miles per hour. I'll flash it on the screen somewhere. But what a speed! And we're back up to it again. Just trying to place this car at this speed is so difficult. Come on, turn. Trying to read the road as well at this state, at this speed is just a completely. It's the most difficult thing I've ever done in sim racing, I think. Ah, damn it! Well, hitting the barrier is like a little kick in the teeth every time we do it. You're trying so hard not to, and the car's so grippy that you can get away with not hitting it a lot of the time. We're not far from the end now. In fact, there is the ending buildings there. There's the pit lane where we started not too long ago. Round the left into the fast right. Last corner. Across the start-finish line. I hit the wall for good measure. I don't know what time that is. The thing there says 36:39, but I can tell you it's a darn sight quicker than that. I will put the actual time on screen for you guys, but I'm thinking somewhere in the 26 minutes, 25 minute range, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I'd say it's nearly half the time of that Porsche we drove around here not too long ago. What a crazy car. But guys, I want to just reiterate just how thankful I am for everyone who is still subscribed to this channel and still watches all my videos. It is a absolutely amazing journey that I've got to go on over these last few years, and I'm really looking forward to continuing it and continuing it with you guys, because you make this special. So thank you all for watching, and yeah, just all the support you've given me. It's crazy. Thank you. But yes, guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit subscribe to be notified of future videos and of future streams. Make sure to hit that bell icon. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And yes, thank you to my patrons and to my sponsors. You guys keep this channel going, keep it kicking, so thank you so much. Take care, have an awesome day, and here's to the next 250k. Catch you next time.